Okay, welcome to the preview show for the new podcast that's going to be discussing the 2025 playoffs and Vine Valley tournament for the Casa Grande Boys Varsity Basketball, as well as moving into the Casa Grande 2025 baseball season that starts here at the end of February. My name's Todd Bugbee. I am Andrew Bugbee's father. You probably know me. This is something I've always wanted to do, is start a podcast and just rap. And I figure what better subject than all of our kids, right? So I'll tell you what, we're going to record this. My goal is to kind of review the games as they're happening, maybe get a few audio cuts or video cuts of some players and some interviews before and following the game, maybe get some coaches to discuss things, and also get some guests periodically, where I'm going to have, Zoom calls, or even somebody in person. And hopefully we can talk about the game. We can talk about upcoming games. We can talk about stats. We can talk about players, what's happening in the stands with all the parents. So watch yourself. Anyway, hey, I think it'll be fun. So in this preview show, let me just quickly discuss the basketball team, since that's where we're at right now. Today is February 11th. It's 3:48 in the afternoon, and I've got nothing going on right now. So I want to talk about and really brag about the Varsity Boys Basketball Team. First time in 14 years, the Casa Grande Varsity Boys Basketball Team has brought home the pennant for the Vine Valley League. Now, this is not a small feat, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a tough season, and we ended up 11-1 in league play this year. They have completed their league play. I will say that overall, the team finished 16-10, which is a very respectable record. 11-1, like I said, first place in league, sole possession. We beat out American Canyon, which was huge because they're a very good team. We beat them once, they beat us once. That's our only loss in the season. Currently, the Varsity Boys Basketball Team is ranked 445 in the state of California. And what we'll do is we're going to quickly go through the roster, and then we're going to talk about some of the stat leaders, and we'll talk about what's to come in the coming week, which is going to be really exciting with the Vine Valley tournament, which Casa is hosting, I believe. So now the schedule hasn't come out yet, but we'll talk about that and what that means. And then, of course, we will move into the NCS playoffs. So this is just a preview show. I'm just doing this to kind of get my feet wet. So it might go 15, 20 minutes. It might be shorter, it might be a little longer. And if you have the patience for it, it'd be great if you hung around. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with the player rosters for the Casa Grande Varsity Basketball Team this year. We've got senior Andon Harris, number 2. Andon Harris is a guard. I believe this is his second year on varsity. Great player, great dude. Number 3, Jake Barlow, a senior and a forward. Jake's had a hell of a season. And he's been vital to this long win streak. Jack Nevin, number 4, one of my favorite players to watch. He's got such great energy, and he's got tons of passion. He is a senior this year and a point guard for Casa Grande. Number 10, Luke Bell, the grinder. Luke Bell is fantastic. He's a point guard, starting point guard currently, and he is a senior as well, returning varsity player. Number 12, our top scorer, Mr. Ryan Rice. Ryan is a guard. He is a senior, and he got his first in-game dunk ever. And it was quite amazing. That was against Petaluma, at Petaluma, I believe. if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I think it was. And it was pretty damn exciting. Number 15, Luca Oliver, a junior and another point guard. Luca is stringy, fast, got great hands, got a good nose for the ball. Fantastic to watch. Mr. 22, Ryan Crawley, another junior. The future looks very bright for Casa Grande, by the way. Ryan Crawley, junior guard. Ryan's really come into his own. You can see his confidence just swelling here at the end of the season, and he's definitely got a fine-tuned role within the team, and it's great to watch him blossom. Number 24. Pardon me. Let me rewind. Number 23, our sophomore, David Isola. Now, David is a guard. He is the second leading scorer on the team. He's absolutely crushing it this season. His progression from last year being a freshman to this year being a sophomore and really cementing himself as one of the leaders on the team, a real quiet leader, to be honest with you. But man, as David goes, this team goes, I feel like. David has been fantastic to watch, really entertaining for the parents, and just such a bright future for this kid. So number 24, the big man, Owen Duran. Owen has been absolutely crucial. Owen is huge and got a nice little touch for a shot as well. I can't say enough about Owen. I have watched this kid play probably since he was 5, 6 years old, and I love him. Great kid, and fantastic player. Let's see here. Number 25. Sorry, Owen's a senior as well, and forward. Number 25, Max Kama, another sophomore and a guard. And Max, again, really bright future. This team is going to look good for several years to come with these guys. Number 32, Elias Elgelda, sophomore. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. I may have to get corrected on that, which is fine. This is the first episode. Sophomore, guard, fantastic player, super fun, runs around the court like a lightning bolt and like lightning bug, whatever. He's got a great shot too, really good energy. I don't know, rarely see him without a smile. Number 33, Sammy Satut, I believe is his name, and I probably once again will be corrected. And I'll go ahead and ask all the guys here Thursday, the next game. But anyway, Sammy's a sophomore and a guard, and Sammy has been starting recently and fantastic to watch. Got such confidence and a real hound dog on the defensive side. And number 34, my favorite player, of course, Drew Bugbee, a senior and a forward. Drew is having a hell of a season, really cemented itself as a leader on the team. Feels like he's just around the ball all the time. He's vocal, and I think the players really respect him. And it's been fantastic as a parent to watch. And I just can't tell you how proud we are. So number 42 is TJ Zenka. TJ, another senior and a guard. Now, TJ has been grinding it out. He's such a smooth player. When he gets on the court, you can really tell how much this kid just kind of bleeds basketball. I mean, it seems as if it seeps through his pores. The guy is very smooth, got a shot, got a nice layup, fast, and it's been a lot of fun to watch TJ these last couple of years as well. Okay, so we've talked about the roster. Now, coming up Thursday, we start the Vine Valley Tournament. Now, it is what it is, right? You know, we've won the Vine Valley League. We've hung the pennant. We're 11-1 in league. How this tournament shakes out really doesn't mean a whole lot as far as I understand. But it's a good opportunity for all the teams to have a chance to win something here at the end of the season. Bragging rights primarily, I would imagine. And shoot, we're probably going to see some upsets here. Now, as far as I understand, we're going to play one of the three Napa teams: Vintage, Napa High School. I am blanking on the other one.
A few moments later.
Well, we're waiting.
I'll figure it out. Anyway, 3 Napa teams. Let's see, coming up. So we're not sure what the draw is going to be. As far as I understand, it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday tournament, single elimination, I believe. Again, I'm going to need more information on this. I might just cut this whole section out of the podcast. Okay. Our last game was senior night for Vintage. And we kind of got a little history with Vintage and the coach over there and a couple other players. And I'm not going to say it was sweet to spoil their senior night, but I will say it was 7-on-5 for most of the game. You guys know me. I'm ridiculously loud and boisterous out there, but especially when I feel like we're getting the shaft from the refs, and we were getting the shaft in that final away game. But to seal the deal and to secure this, the league title, just by ourselves was awesome. We didn't have to share it with American Canyon, and in the end, we won 64-55. It was great. Let's talk real quickly about the stats. Now, I'm on Max Preps right now. I don't know how accurate these stats are. We're going to talk quickly about the leaders. Points per game, we've got senior Ryan Rice, guard, of course, 17.3 points a game. Right behind him is David Isola at 15 points a game. And number 3, we've got Jake Barlow. Right behind him, Jake has got 6 points a game on average. Right behind him is Drew Bugbee, averaging 4 points a game. Let's see here now. Okay, we are also looking at field goal percentage. Jake Barlow has been fantastic, taking the ball to the hoop, sometimes against 3-4 dudes, and nothing will stop Jake. He is a bulldozer. 47% from the field. David Isola, can you believe this kid shooting outside, inside, layups, 45% field goal percentage. That is almost unheard of. And of course, Mr. Ryan Rice rounding it all out at 41%. Rebounds per game, we're looking at senior Drew Bugbee, 5.6 rebounds, 5.6 rebounds a game. Very impressive. Ryan Rice at 5 rebounds a game, too. I mean, the kid gets up, got some spring, and he's always around the ball, it seems. David Isola right behind him, 4.7 rebounds a game. You're going to recognize a theme here. These top 3 players are setting a precedent with this team, and it's fantastic to watch. Assists per game. Number 1, Drew Bugbee, senior, 2.8 assists per game. Number 2, David Isola, 2.3 assists per game. Ryan Rice rounded it out at 1.8 assists per game. Great to see the ball distribution. Great to see them getting everybody involved. Steals per game. Now, this is pretty huge because some games it's all about the steals and the fast breaks, and it really kicks off a lot of streaks typically, builds the momentum. And it's, as soon as we get a couple steals and a couple easy layups, it seems like the team gets pumped and everybody gets fired up, and that's when we go on our runs. Ryan Rice, 2.7 steals a game, very impressive. David Isola, 1.3 steals a game, and Drew Bugbee rounds that out at 1.1 steal a game. We've also got some stats for blocks. They're not, huge stats. We're looking at Ryan and David sharing half a block a game, and Owen here in the top 3 with 0.2 blocks a game. I don't know how accurate that is. To be honest with you, I see a lot more blocks than that. But we'll leave it at what it is. Free throws per game. Jake Barlow, man, what can you say? Kid gets to the stripe, and it's easy money. 73% from the free throw line. Ryan Rice, 70%. David Isola, 68%. 3-point percentage. Now, this is a big number because we do shoot a lot of threes on this team. I'm sure that's part of the coaching plan. All of the motion and getting folks involved and open is huge. David Isola is crushing it at 39% field goal percentage. Ryan Rice, 32% 3-point field goal percentage, and Sammy looking at 31% 3-point for field goal percentage. Points overall, Ryan Rice is the point leader on the team at 451 points for the season. That's a lot of points, folks. Wow. David, you're right behind him with 391 points for the season, and Jake rounds out the top three at 137 points for the season. A number of assists. Now, this is a pretty big number as well. Drew Bugbee is well above everybody else. He's at 72 assists for the season. David Isola, 59 assists for the season, and Ryan Rice, 47 assists for the season. Drew Bugbee, rebounder, number of rebounds, 146. For first, Ryan, 129 for second place here, or not second place, but in second position. David Isola, 121 rebounds. Massive. These are massive numbers. It really takes, a nose for the ball to be around it that often and to get up and get scrappy, get those defensive and offensive rebounds. To control the game, it's vital. Steals, man, Ryan Rice, 70 steals for the season. That is double anybody else on the team. That is absolutely phenomenal. Ryan's steals and the way he beats out other players on other teams, like literally gets like 3-4 strides ahead. And of course, the highlight of the season, the steal and the dunk at the other end. Again, Ryan, I'm going to give you props on that. David, 35 steals on the season. Drew, 29. And we got some block leaders here too. David Isola looking at 12 blocks for the season. Ryan at 12 blocks. Drew Bugbee, 3 blocks. I got to tell you, I've seen 3 blocks in 5 minutes. So who knows how accurate all this stuff is. As far as I understand, these are the stats for all of the games. It said at least 9 games have to count. Who knows how accurate this is? Again, we're just starting out here this week. I can't wait to kind of pursue this further and finish out the basketball season. Give us as parents something to check out. Give the kids something to be proud about. Let's just talk really quick about standings. Number 1 in Vine Valley. Now, North Coast Sectional 2, Casa Grande, 14. Now, that's not too bad considering there are 26 teams in this Division 2 for boys basketball. So we're right there in the middle, which is kind of shocking. I mean, I feel like we could be ranked a little further. This is actually good because NCS has no idea what's coming. We have the ability to be a stunner. This should be an interesting NCS. Overall, man, I gotta say, but I've certainly watched as much as the season as I could, and I got video clips. And if you were to ask, I think any parent or even the coaches and the kids in the preseason where they thought they would roll, where they thought they would end up at the end of the season, I don't know that many would have said they thought we would have won league, but who knows? I do know there was some confidence early, but preseason was a little rough. But man, the league games were just next level. And, we got to play who we got to play. So the competition level, we have no control over, right? Or they have no control over. Anyway, I am going to sign off. What I wanted to do is thank everybody. I think we could get something going here. It could be a positive thing, at least to finish out the year with the basketball season and to get into baseball and talk about all the fun stuff that's going to be happening in baseball. We've got a lot of returning seniors for the baseball. We got some really bright talent coming up through the rankings. So baseball is going to be fantastic. We've got a couple players, one in particular, Brady Lobsher, who's already committed to Division I baseball as a pitcher with St. Mary's. From what I understand, he's chucking the ball in the low 90s right now, and that ain't nothing to shake a stick at. So Coach Pete Sikora and the rest of the crew are looking very well prepped. We've got some new dugouts out on the baseball field. I'm honored to be the voice of the Gauchos this year and hopefully for many years to come. So you'll see me out there every home game announcing and doing music and working the scoreboard. Denise and Marlo, I believe, are going to be managing the Snack Shack. So, hey, there you go. There's our show, and we'll see you next time. All right, go Casa.